So I'm just underneath my 2019 Ford Ranger here. This ground point was the culprit of the issue I was having. So we were having a crank but no start issue, no fuel getting up to the engine. So after various troubleshooting, found this ground point here, which basically had a wire up into this loom here, and then it went back to behind here is a fuel control module. This plug here is the fuel control module connector. This top left pin here is ground, and after testing for resistance, I was not getting any ground on here, and yeah, as I say, traced it back to an issue there. So obviously, because the fuel control module wasn't working, that meant that it was not sending any signals to the low pressure fuel pump, and in turn not sending any fuel up to the engine. So what I've done is, up there where you can see that new wiring there, I've spliced in 2 new cables, because there's actually 2 ground points to here. So a bit of a better view up there. So yeah, that's the new connection in here. Ran 2 wires down here, and then I've put 2 new ground points up here, slightly tucked away, a bit better protected, underneath the fuel tank. So those have all been tested now, and we've got a really good solid ground on this plug here now. So only the last test to do is now connect this back up, and then this plug here is the plug which goes into the low pressure fuel pump. So I would just need to double check that that's got positive and negative, and that will be the final test to make sure that the fuel control module behind there is actually working fine as well. So hopefully this video will help someone if you're having a crank but no start issue, low pressure fuel warnings on a 2019 Ford Ranger. Not really great condition under here, as you can see. It's pretty rusty. I was expecting a lot better from a 2019 car, but there we go. Anyway, hope it helps someone. So I'm afraid I didn't film this before, but this is the connector to the low pressure fuel pump. This far left hand pin here is the live, and then that second pin in from the left is the ground, which on the back is the brown and white wire. As you can see here, we've got the multimeter connected up to this. So if I just find the other end of my multimeter and test this now, if I touch that up to the chassis, we get a really good reading there on the ground now. So we know we've got a proper decent ground to the low pressure pump, which we didn't have before. And I've already tested this left hand pin for live, so I know I've got 12 volt coming in. We've now got a good ground as well, so fingers crossed, if I now connect all the fuel tank back up, we should have a working fuel pump and a running truck.